Hey, squad. Welcome to today's episode of the Squad Podcast. It's your girl, your host, Coach Tocha Moore. I'm excited to be here with y'all today. How's it going? How are we doing? Are we reaching our goals? Did we do what we said? So our intentions, our actions for the week, the day, the month, the year. So let's give ourselves a hug. We're going to hug it up because we love doing what we say. And if not, guess what? Clean slate, clap it up, clap it down. We're done. We're going to move forward. We're going to get to where we said we're going to be, one step at a time. Remember, we talked about this. A little bit at a time gets you on the other side, just like this. All right? So, y'all, on today's episode, honestly, it's just me answering some questions or some things that I was thinking about. And I get a lot of questions sometimes with, what about this or what about that? So I said, you know what? I'm going to do an episode where I answer some of the questions that I get. And so I'm going to talk through it. It's not going to be a long episode today. And I think it'll be very fruitful. So let's get into it. I entitled this, If Nobody Told You, Let Me Tell You. Okay, Coach Tasha gonna tell you today. So we're gonna talk about some things. We carry things, we don't talk about them, and we whisper sometimes in silent prayer, but we don't always say them out loud. And so I wanted today to be an episode, well, let's just talk about it, right? All right, so the first question, how do I stop shrinking in rooms that I walk into? Maybe I prayed to be there. Maybe I stumbled upon it. A friend invited me, whatever the case may be. And when I stopped with that for a second, I thought about like, there's so many times in my life when I would walk into rooms and shrink who I was because I just didn't feel like I deserved it. And so the first thing I would say to you is that you're not an imposter. You're answered prayer for somebody. Do y'all hear that? You're not an imposter. Wherever you find yourself is where you're meant to be. Let's say you are invited to a party and you don't really know nobody at the party or an event or whatever, or you just starting a new job. And you walk in there like, oh my gosh, I don't know anybody. I don't have anybody to have lunch with. Maybe there's another woman that's sitting in there that's like, man, I wish they'd hire somebody new so that I have some friends. You know, the ladies in the office were cool, but they're not really my people, you know. So you coming in feeling like you don't belong there, you're an answer prayer for somebody who's like, thank goodness I got somebody to go to lunch with now. Right? And it's something as simple as that. We don't think about it. But the truth is, y'all, no, I'm not an imposter. I am somebody's answered prayer. You are. You're not an imposter. You're where you're supposed to be as long as it's God driven. I'm kind of girl over here. And so I think it's important to remember that God doesn't open doors for us to go hide behind it. He doesn't. When he opens the doors, it's because he wants you to walk through it, walk in it, go be on the other side of it, not hide behind. And it's remembering that Second Timothy tells us God has not given us a spirit of fear. So we don't have to be afraid. A little uncomfortable sometimes, not afraid. I think they're very, very different. And then also, um, prepare. You don't have to perform. Stop show up as you and not how you feel like they want you to be. Raise my hand on that. I had to learn that to show up authentically as Tasha and not who I felt like they wanted me to be or they were inviting me to be. The coach, the mom. No, I'm just be like, hey girl, hey. Showing up as myself has been the best thing I could ever do for myself. Showing up as you gives the people the real you. So stop feeling like you got to show up and perform because you don't. Just show up and be you. You're there because some part of them wanted you. So show up as yourself and don't feel like you have to perform all the time, right? So I had to learn to show up as who God sent me to be and not who I felt like they wanted me to be. All right, question two. Why do I feel guilty for wanting more than motherhood? Or not even wanting motherhood? Let's go that route too. I think because, okay, let's say, why do I feel, you know, I want more? I am a mom. Wonderful, beautiful thing. Here's the thing I think we need to remind ourselves of. Motherhood is a calling. It's not confinement. It's not the only thing that you can be. You can be a mom and other things. If you don't want children, that's okay too. There's some people who feel like, I don't know that I'm called to have children. Maybe my sister, she's like, I'm good. Then she comes over here with my daughters and she's like, yeah, no, I'm extra good. She's a good auntie, wonderful auntie. Do anything for my girls. Also let them know about themselves. She's a wonderful auntie. There are some people in this world that do not have children, and it's okay. And for people that do have children, it is okay for you to want more. I won't say more, to want something in addition to. It's okay for you to be a mom and want something in addition to. You're not less of a mother because of that, right? You're not less of a mother if you have dreams and goals and ambitions and things that you really are like, hey, I really would love to do this. For me, full envision for them to want, it's okay to have this, to be grateful for it and want something beyond that too. Okay. And so my children benefited so much more with me walking in my purpose than not. Is it hard sometimes when I have to choose between like a speaking engagement, being there with them? I know recently my daughter, it's been a little a couple months, had a dance competition. Also had a speaking engagement. And so I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? Thank goodness the people were so gracious. But it was almost to the moment where I was like, "Oh, I might have to miss her competition." And she was got a special part or something. But I was like, I may have to miss that. And yes, sometimes that is the reality. And sometimes I have to not be at speaking engagements because I'm a present mom. It's about finding that balance and knowing that my children benefit from watching their mom do what I was purposed in this earth to do. Even though sometimes it's hard to not be able to be there for them as a, I am a mom and I'm other things as well. They benefit from my pouring out and my pouring in. Yeah. They benefit from me being able to watch me. Speaking, doing this fills my tank. I'm a little tired tonight because we had a really busy day, but it brings me happiness. It really and truly does. And so they benefit from watching. And sometimes I'm not able to be there with them and things they want me there for. And so don't feel guilty for wanting something in addition to being a mom. Don't feel guilty if staying at home, being a stay-at-home mom is this is the season I'm in and I want to do it. I was home with my girls. It was so fruitful and very taxing, hard sometimes. Um, and I can remember like having them at the park and now they're driving. And so enjoy the moments and you can want something in addition to being a mom. Okay, y'all. I'll put this one up here. Is it too late to start over after 40? No, absolutely not. No, it's not. I feel like I'm just getting started and I'm past 40. Mind your business. Don't worry about how old I am. No, I'm just kidding. 47. And I'm proud of it. I am so thankful that I started after 40. Is it too late to start in my 30s? No, it's not. Listen, Moses didn't leave until he was 80. 80. I am reading the Bible in a year. Y'all, the amount of people. King was 16. He passed away when he was 60 something. I'm like 16 years old walking into being a king. And so Moses didn't start leading until he was 80. She laughed when they told her she was going to have a baby. She like, who? What? She laughed, but she delivered. Hello. One of the things that I say all the time, the promises of God don't have an expiration date. He is not on the timeline. We make him, but he's not on one. There's no expiration on him doing the things in your life that you were put on this earth to do. There's no timeline on purpose, y'all. Just know you have one. That's the thing. Know you have one. There's no timeline on it though. And so I just want you to remind yourself that even though sometimes it feels like you're behind the game and you're starting late, you're late in the game, still show up and say, put me in, coach. Still show up and say, put me in, coach. Okay? It's not too late. No matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, it's not too early. I was reading the other day, and this little boy, he became king when he was like 12. I was like, what? You're not too young, and you definitely are not too old. And to all my girlies out there that's over 40, keep moving, sis. You are not too old, okay? No. What do I do when I'm the strong friend, but I'm falling apart? Y'all, that right there, I had a day like this. This is how I wanted to be all day. It's been that. But one, does it strength to mean silence? That doesn't mean sit around knowing that you're struggling and not saying anything else. It is important. Mental health matters. You have got to say something. Maybe you are the strong friend, but that doesn't mean you have strength for all the things all the time. It's okay for you to go to your friends and say, I don't have it to give today. I am at my mental capacity, is what I like. I don't have the space for it, y'all. Learning to say that in the Bible, Jesus wept. He was good enough to break down and say, this is a lot. This is too much. I don't know if I could do it. What makes you think you can? You can say, this is a lot. This is too much. I don't know if I could do it. He withdrew so he can go sit with himself like, man, I'm about to have to carry the weight of the world. That's and so many of us have been doing it for so long, we think that we just have to keep doing it. You don't. I recording some content, I'll share one of the things. I was saying that marriage is not 50-50. It never was. Never was meant to be. It is showing up in the capacity that that person needs you in that moment. So if you are a friend and you know that your friend over here is the strong friend, let her not be the strong friend. So if you know, or maybe you don't know, just say, you know what, you always cook. I'm a cook today. You always drive. I'm gonna drive today. You always watch my kids. Let me watch yours tomorrow. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Even the strong friend needs somebody to say it's okay for you to take a minute for you to pause. Jesus retreated and went to be by himself. Hey, can you pick my children up for me today? That's one of the things I had to learn. I would be upset for my husband not doing things that I didn't say, hey, I don't have the capacity to do this today. Could you help me out? Yes, I'm always the one. I pick up our daughters for the most part because my schedule allowed for it. But there were days when I'm like, I just need a minute. I had to learn, hey, babe, can you pick the girls up? Yeah, no problem. Open your mouth and say, I need help. Because sometimes people, I know for me, they just assume I'm good until I say, I need a minute. And they're like, oh, wait, what? You need a minute? Yes. The strong people need a minute too, y'all. They need a minute. The friend that is always an encourager is sometimes going to have a moment when she don't want to encourage. You step in the gap and be like, girl, it's okay. I got you. You got it. You can do it. As my foolishness would say, yes, queen. You have it. Show up for that person who's the strong one and let them know it's okay for you to have a moment. How do you handle women who say they're clapping for you but act like they're not? Proverbs 4:23 says, guard your heart. First thing. Second thing is, y'all, discernment over desperation. One phrase, I get that, but use discernment. Everybody's not meant to be your friend. And then the other thing is that I have learned is everything don't have to be confronted to be released. Maybe she clapping. Maybe she not really clapping for you. Who cares? She's supposed to be my friend. Maybe that means she's not. You ever been in a room and they do a standing ovation? People stand up, right? Does everybody in the room stand up? Not always. Does that mean they don't like the person? Not necessarily. Maybe their knees just hurting and they don't want to stand up today. Ever thought about that? Maybe she's not clapping for you. Maybe she's just tired and ain't clapping for nobody. Or ask a question. Hey, girl, you're like, sometimes you be clapping, but you're not really clapping. I feel something's a little off. Have you ever thought to ask, like, girl, what's going on? And maybe they're fake clapping for you. Boundaries are biblical. Hey, girl, you want to go? Me and such and such and such and such. Girl, no, thank you. Set it back. Maybe it's not for you to be in their presence in that moment, right now, in this time. And that's okay. Maybe it is. Maybe you're reading too much into it. Maybe you're not. It's about sitting with yourself and saying, why am I so concerned with her going? If she's the best friend, let's have that conversation. There are not going to be, everyone ain't going to root for you, but they should be able to come and play with you. What do you mean by that? Some of the people on a basketball team probably don't even like each other, but they get on that court and they get into business. I say it all the time. I don't have to like you to be cordial and to be in the room with you because I'm an adult. I don't have to particularly like you, but we can coexist in the same space. or at least should be able to. Those are the ones that I had to answer. So, y'all, I'm going to do this again and answer some more questions. Send them in. If you have something that you're like, hey, I'm thinking about this, can you answer this for me? Absolutely, I can. You're not behind. You're exactly where you're meant to be. You're not an imposter. You're exactly who he's called you to be. And it's never too late for you to start and do the things that you've said that you want to do. If a woman is not clapping for you, that doesn't mean you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe she just don't have the strength to clap for anyone right now. And if you are the strong friend, it's okay for you to need a minute. And if you know the strong friend need a minute, give them a minute, y'all. Don't make them always show up as a strong friend if you know they're struggling. The last thing I'll say is, y'all, therapy. It helps. Prayer absolutely changes things. It's okay for you to say, as my boy Jelly Roll would say, I'm not okay. But it's all gonna be alright. I'm not okay. It's gonna be alright, y'all. We're gonna have moments where we feel like it's not okay. But tomorrow's a new day. Clap it up, clap it down. Ain't that what we say over here in the Squad Podcast? All right, I'm gonna rapid fire these questions. I got some rapid fire questions. A woman who taught me what strength really looks like, my grandma. Yeah. That woman's it's crazy ridiculous to me the type of strength that I feel like my grandma has. She is always like here for it. I not that you're not strong if you cry, but my grandma just has this internal strength that I feel like exudes out of her. It's from the inside out. And it's like just the wisdom and the knowledge and the thing. I'm like, that lady's strong. A song that reminds me that I'm not on Jelly Roll. Y'all, I know where Jelly Roll pick, okay? Where he says, I know I can't be the only one. I'm not okay, but it's all gonna be all right. I know I can't be the only one. And maybe it's not a song. That song reminds me, but it's showing up in moments like this. Sharing my story, listening to your short stories, allowing women to come and share their stories. I think that's what reminds me that I'm not alone. There are other women that are going through, and that's why it's important to share a story because someone else needs to hear it so they know that they can get through too. What's one battery you didn't know you needed, but now you won't live without? Discernment in my peace. I won't live without saying no when I need to say no. And I will not live without letting people come in and just serve, like I just said. You do not have to confront to release. She ain't clapping. All right, cool. What? Doesn't matter. That's what people, I don't care enough to care. Like, what? What does that mean? I don't care enough to let it disturb my peace. I care not enough to let it disturb my peace. So, the boundary that I will not live without is peace. If it's not for me, that's okay. It's okay. I promise it is. A piece of advice I didn't ask for but needed. Let me think. A piece of advice that I didn't ask for but I needed. That it was okay for me to authentically be me. I didn't ask for it. My friend was like, she said, why do you like come in the rooms and act like you can't, like you don't have nothing to say? What you mean? Like you sit there and you don't talk. And I used to say, well, it's because I don't have anything to say. And sometimes that was true. And sometimes I felt like I was always the talker. And it's like, yeah, but they ask you your thoughts and opinions, and you just kind of was like, I don't know. Nothing. The truth was, I needed to hear that. You need to stop dumbing yourself down in rooms. Like, cut it out. Like, you don't belong there. Yeah, that was a piece of advice that I got that I didn't ask for. She was like, girl, why you do that? I was like, what? Act like you can't talk when you walk in these people room. I was like, okay, get me together real quick. Good. One phrase or scripture you speak over yourself when doubt creeps in. My purpose connects to someone else. They can't walk in theirs until I walk in mine. It is actually on my desk over there. I wrote it out and it's on there. My purpose connects to someone else. They cannot walk in theirs until I'm walking in mine. That's when doubt creeps in. I have to remind myself, you have to do this because someone that you're going to encourage or that's going to hear something from you is going to move to where they're supposed to be. And so, with that being said, y'all, please understand. If didn't nobody tell you, Coach Tasha gonna tell you. You're capable of more than you think you are. God's timing is perfect. You're not too late. It's okay for you to say, I need help. And what was the last one? It's okay for you to say, I need help. If she ain't clapping, that's okay. Clap for yourself. Y'all, get out there, have an amazing day. You are combat ready, always fighting for the best version of you because you are worth the fight. I will see y'all next week. DM me questions that I can answer on the show. Share this. I forgot to hit subscribe wherever it is. Subscribe to the podcast. Share it with someone. Download the episode. Play it again and again and again to remind yourself of how amazing and how great you are. I will see y'all next time. Bye.